Hello everybody, it's Maikito, and I will go over what I went my picks from like 2-3 days ago. Richie over 1.5 goals allowed. That one missed. They had like 1.46 expected goals, so they just couldn't put away their chances again. Rossi and they at two, so he pushed. Mason under three saves. That one was the one that hit, and then Muriel ended with two. I don't know how he didn't get the third. I'm not gonna lie. And then money lines went 2 for 3. Orlando money line won, Cincinnati money line won, and then Columbus draw or Charlotte. I feel like they would have tied. They were keeping it close, but like 20 minutes in, they got a red card, so they were already a man down in the first half, so that was never a good sign. So I went 2 for 3 on those, and I do have some picks for international play like last time. Never play too heavy on these because it's hard to predict how they're gonna play, even like seeing some games on how they play. When they play for the countries, you can still never rely on them. It's like the equivalent if you guys watch Jordan's videos on the final round. It's kind of like betting on NBA on Sundays. You never know what's gonna happen, and it's just sometimes best to play light. But I do have some that I do like. All the player picks are gonna be under UEFA Euro because this is for the teams to qualify for the Euros. All these games are high stakes in the fact that the team that wins that game goes to the European Championships. There's 3 games, and the winner of each game all get a spot in the European Championship. They're all going to be playing hard. So for my first pick, I have Artem Dovbik over 2.5 shots playing at home for Ukraine going up against Iceland. Their Ukraine's last couple games, they've had really tough teams like England and Italy, and I know they played Bosnia, and Dovbik only got one shot. But when he plays against teams that are weak defensively, especially away like Iceland, he had 3 against North Macedonia and 3 against Malta. I expect him to play good minutes, especially since they need to win this game. And although Iceland are weak defensively, they don't tend to lose like bad or anything. Iceland tends to keep it close. They're actually like, some people do underestimate them, but that doesn't mean that Ukraine isn't going to be shooting the ball. So I like Dovbik over 2.5 shots. And for my next pick, I actually have his teammate Mikhailo Mudryk also to go over 2.5 shots. Um, Last game against Boston, he had 5, and then against like weak defensive teams, like I mentioned earlier, North Macedonia and Malta, he had 5 against North Macedonia and 5 against Malta as well. So he's just one of those that he's just gonna shoot if he gets the chance. Especially for Ukraine playing at home, like I said, they need to win the game. So like Mudryk to go over 2.5 shots. And for my next pick, it's also in that same game as well, but on the other side, it's going to be a defender for Iceland. It is Ferrier Ingunson over 3.5 clearances. He averages 3.25 in the league. And I say that just so you can kind of get an idea that he already is pretty close to this line in general. He has only played 2. There's only been 2 away games. It's not that he's played only 2 away games for Iceland. It's just there's only been 2 when it comes to European Championships. And I know it is only 2 games and it's a really small sample size, but in those 2 games, he averaged 5.5 clearances. Other reasons why I also like this pick is because, for one, obviously, Ukraine need to win, so they're going to be attacking, and Iceland are going to be defending most of the time. So that's like easy chances for the ball for it land to him so he can clear it out because they can't take any chances. And 2, Ukraine actually send the most long balls. And by long balls, I mean that they'll like try to pass it like a long way through to like an attacker or a winger, and that's just like an easy opportunity for the ball to come to him and for him to head it out or kick it out and not take any chances. So he's already close to this mark, and like I said, in 2 games he's averaged 5.5. So like Ingenson to go over 3.5 clearances. My last player pick is actually Konstantinos Mavropanos over 3.5 clearances. He's playing away from home for Greece, going up against Georgia. He averages 4.46 clearances when he plays the full game, which he will. But this is for club and country, so you got to keep in mind. Not just that, I did mention for the Ingenson pick that Ukraine sent the second most long balls. Well, Greece is going up against Georgia, who sent the second most long balls in the European Championship, and they're also playing away from home. So again, Georgia is going to be fighting hard. Greece is actually a pretty good defensive team, and I expect Georgia to take the lead. If anybody's going to score first, I feel like it's going to be Greece. So I feel like it's gonna be like a desperate Georgia sending long balls, trying to attack as much as they can. And Mavropanos is like good at clearing the ball, so he's gonna have a lot of opportunities in this game. So I like Mavropanos to go over 3.5 clearances. And out of my 4 player picks, my favorite, well, I feel like it's gonna be Mudryk just because he should play the full game and he plays on the wing, and he's gonna have chances to shoot, and he'll shoot from long range if he has to. So I like Mudryk probably the best. And for the second one, I'd probably say Mavropanos are probably my 2 favorites because I know a lot of you guys ask, and most of the times I just let you guys choose because I want you guys to do your own research. And even when I say that, people will still ask me which are my favorite, how should I pair them, and stuff like that. So those are my 2 favorites. I know most of you guys are gonna put them all together in the parlay anyways, but if you do ask for my favorites, I like Mudryk first and then Mavropanos second. Before I get into the money lines, I would really appreciate it if you guys liked and subscribed to the video and commented to help the algorithm. I know that there hasn't been a lot of posts lately compared to when I first started, and it's not because I don't want to, it's just because there hasn't been any games. And I know yesterday there was only 1 game, so I didn't think it was worth just posting for 1 game. They're still in these international breaks. They are going to be starting back up on Saturday, so like start or Friday. So starting Friday, Saturday is going to go back to the normal schedule of posting every day as much as I can. But these international breaks, that's just broke my momentum when it comes to like how I've been betting and what the picks I've been sending. Like I said, hopefully by this weekend we should go back to the normal posts and stuff like that. I do have a couple money line plays. This first one is for the UEFA Euro game. You can do one of 2 things. You can either take the Ukraine money line just to play it safe, and obviously if they win, they'll score at least 1 goal. But if you want to be a little riskier, which I still like to play as well, you can take the Ukraine over 1.5 goals. Like I said, if they win, they only need to score 1. But I feel like this game could be like Ukraine could score 1, and then Iceland might, like I said, they underestimate them. They might score a second, so Ukraine will have to go for that second, and I think they will. Or they can just go for the second goal against that weak Iceland defense. They could just crumble. So you could go either Ukraine money line to play it safe, or you can go Ukraine over 1.5 goals if you want to get some extra money. And then these next 3 money line picks are all under the FIFA World Cup. The first one is actually the Australia second half 3-way money line going up against Lebanon. They just beat them last game, and at the end of the day, Australia is just a good team in general. Just because Lebanon is playing at home, they're still not a good team. They could be a little better defensively. Australia could score 1 in the first half, but I feel pretty confident that they'll score another 1 in the second half for them to clear this line. My next pick is the South Korea money line away from home going up against Thailand. They did play like a week ago, a couple days ago. It's like the reverse game. When they played them at home, they actually tied 1-1. They didn't win, but they were really unlucky to not win. They have a really good team, at least compared to the other teams in Asia, and Thailand is not a good team. So I feel like 1, they were very unlucky not to win last time. 2, you're getting better value because they tied. You're also getting better value because they're playing away from home. And 4, this time they just played them. They know how to play them this time, and they're gonna take their chances. So like the South Korea money line against Thailand. And for my last pick, I have the Qatar money line playing away from home to Kuwait. They just beat them last game, and Qatar is undefeated. They're a pretty good team in Asia. They've been doing really good ever since like the year before the World Cup, and ever since then they've been carrying that momentum. Like I said, they just beat them 3-0 last game, and you're getting more value just because they just won the last game away from home. So I like the Qatar money line going up against Kuwait. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate it if you watched all the way through. Make sure to research all your picks. You can look at mine as well. There are a lot of picks, but there weren't too many that I liked. But always make sure to research and like do your own as well when you look at mine, just in case if you like your research going along with mine, that just makes it even better. But I appreciate all of you guys for watching. Like I said earlier, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting if you guys are feeling generous. I always have codes for my Cashapp and Underdog and stuff, and prize picks and all that. But thank you everybody for watching. I hope you guys have a good night.